Good afternoon, my friends. I hope all of you are having an awesome, fantastic day, and hello from the Universal Orlando Resort. So, I have some extra unused footage from opening night of Halloween Horror Nights Orlando 2023 that I would like to use, and I'm going to play that for you guys first so you guys can enjoy that again from opening night, and then I'll see you guys back here during the day for some more fun. I want to talk more about my overall review of the houses in the scare zones, and then I want to go check out the tribute store and then Revenge of the Dead Coconut Club in 3D. It's going to be another fun day here at the Universal Orlando Resort. I hope you guys are ready because I am. Let's go do this.
Bye.
There's so much fog. Holy cow, I cannot see. I definitely need some more time in the scare zone, but again, I just love how Universal Creative decided to go with Dr. Oddfellow's story throughout the scare zones. Wow, we just went through The Last of Us. That was wild. It wasn't as scary as I was hoping for it to be, but just seeing Joel and Ellie and the clickers, there were so many clickers at the end. Next up, we are walking through Shipyard 32. Ooh, man, there's so much fog. I really want to know what's going to happen here. Tooth Fairy? Walking through Vamp 69 again. Ew. Man. This guy had a bad day.
Look for him and paralyze reasons right across your face.
Real quick, we're taking a potty break right now, but I just wanted to give you my house rankings. We went through 4 houses, we have 6 more. Number 1, I'm going to go with Universal Monsters, Unmasked. Number 2, The Last of Us. Number 3, Dr. Oddfellow. There's Adrian, Theme Park Express. And number 4, Darkest Deal. What's been your favorite? No spoilers.
Last of Us.
Last of Us, all right.
Wow.
Did you go through Universal Monsters?
Yes, I did. That one was okay.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my number 1 so
There was a
far.
lot of dead space in there for me.
Okay. You must have got a bad run.
Probably a bad run, but it was
Okay.
still good. It wasn't bad, but
All
it was
right.
still good.
All right. There you go. We have 6 more to go. Let's go do this.
Next haunted house, and that is Chucky Ultimate Kill Account.
Oh, jeez. They're everywhere. Chucky is everywhere. Oh! That was a good one. They're everywhere. Oh!
The real candidate.
It's back.
Welcome back, Stranger Things.
Oh, you can hear Eddie. You can hear Eddie Munson.
Oh! Whoa, look up! What the heck? Oh, that's it. All right, welcome back. Let's head inside Universal Studios Florida during the day for some more fun. And this year's event runs on select nights through November 4th, 2023, which in total equals out to be 48 spooky nights. Starting out, I just want to talk about how awesome Dr. Oddfellow was on opening night. I just think Universal chose a great official / unofficial icon for this year. I thought he was just great. I love having him on the stage and talking about the different zodiac symbols. I really can't wait to come and film more of Dr. Oddfellow because I was on a RIP tour on opening night, so I really did not have that much time walking around the scare zones, but I just thought the addition of Dr. Oddfellow was amazing this year, and his presence is just so powerful. One of my favorite things about this year's event, tying back into Dr. Oddfellow, is the storytelling of his life and how he became Dr. Oddfellow. From the moment you walk in, you get present Dr. Oddfellow, and then you go into Dark Zodiac, which was my favorite scare zone of the year. I cannot wait to come back to experience Dark Zodiac because that scare zone was amazing. 10 out of 10. I believe the Dark Zodiac scare zone is in the 1910s, and then moving over to Jungle of Doom, it's the 1920s, and then you go back to Dr. Oddfellow's house, that's the 1930s, and then you walk over to Shipyard 32, again, it's still set in the 1930s. I apologize, Shipyard 32 is set in the 1940s. And then you walk over to Vamp 69, Summer of Blood, which is in the 60s. Again, great storytelling by Universal. Yeah, this scare zone just had some really cool set pieces, and again, great costume design. The scare actors were on point. Very fun scare zone. It is very interesting that the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary tribute store is still open. I wanted to bring this up if you are ever here on your vacation and if you see this sign that says Media Center open for previews today, if you have some time to spare, you go in, you will preview either a TV show, a commercial, or a movie, and then when you're done, they will gift you a Universal gift card. That way you can use it on your vacation. And this is the NBC Media Center right here, by the way. I can't wait to come back to try the original walking taco. I love walking tacos. I did get to try the vegan walking taco at the Taste of Terror event. It was pretty good. Walking through Jungle of Doom, and a young Dr. Oddfellow will show a huge part of his life here on this stage, which made him more powerful. Be sure to watch that if you can as you're walking through. I did think Jungle of Doom was a beautiful scare zone. There was a lot going on. However, it wasn't as scary as I would like it to be. I do think this scare zone does need a little bit more scare actors to complete this scare zone, but I mean, I love the lighting and the trees making up the bats. I thought that was pretty incredible. I also can't wait to come back to have pizza fries, which are iconic to Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. Universal did remove a lot of the construction walls for DreamWorks Land because there is a house back here. This is what the current construction is looking like. A lot is going on back there. We do believe that this structure will be Shrek's house. There's E.T., and then again, this is DreamWorks Land. This is what we can see as I got a little bit closer. And then right here is the house entrance to Universal Monsters Unmasked. Now, I did give Universal Monsters Unmasked a 9 out of 10 because I thought I had a fantastic first run through of that house. I thought the set design was fantastic. I thought the costumes were fantastic, and I thought the scare actors were fantastic. I mean, they got all up in my face. It was great. It was so much fun. I will say there was a lot of Phantom of the Opera. I do wish we had more of a mixture of the characters that are represented in this house, because at the beginning we got a lot of Phantom of the Opera, and then we got some scenes with Jekyll and Hyde, and then we got one scene with the Invisible Man, and then we got Wolfman, and then the house ended with Quasi. I do wish we had more Quasi and Wolfman in that house, and the Invisible Man, because we rarely see the Invisible Man. But I have heard mixed reviews on this house. I truly do believe it depends on the moment you walk through any house, because if you walk into a house in the middle of a scare actor change, you may not have a great run through because you will more than likely miss some scares. Here inside of Krusty Land, if you want a Duff beer, don't forget, for the fall season, you can get a Dufftoberfest here. I am now right outside of the entrance to The Last of Us. I did rate this house an 8.5 out of 10. It was in my top 5, it was 4th. I was expecting a little bit more from this house. I did really enjoy this house. I loved it because I love playing The Last of Us. Like I said in the opening night video, I personally think that is the best video game ever. And the clicker scene at the end was great. That was the scariest part. I love seeing Joel and Ellie. However, I was just hoping we would get more scenes. I was hoping this house would be a little bit longer, but we are going over to Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood. I'm hoping the house will be 10 times better over there. We'll see, stay tuned, but I did enjoy The Last of Us. I was just hoping to get a little bit more from the video game. However, if you did not watch my opening night video, which by the way, I highly recommend that you do, because I was allowed to film inside of all 10 haunted houses, and I worked very hard on that video. I stayed up all night editing that, so thank you for the love on that video. But if you missed my opening night video, I did tell you guys my top 5 houses from opening night, which I just wanted to recap real quick. Number 1 was The Exorcist Believer. Number 2 was Universal Monsters Unmasked. Number 3 was Stranger Things 4. Number 4 was The Last of Us. And number 5 was Dr. Oddfellows. And then I will rank the rest of the houses in just a little bit. And right next door, you can find The Darkest Deal. And this was my number 6 house out of 10. I thought this house was fantastic. I just loved the story that they were telling. I can't wait to come back because I do think this house will move up on my house rankings for the year. Oh, nice. The Man in Black Alien Attack sign is now complete. Universal was doing a little bit of a refurbishment on this sign. I am now right outside of the entrance to Dr. Oddfellow's house. I really enjoyed this house. This was 5th on my list because the story was Dr. Oddfellow's life, his journey, how it all started. And I have heard some complaints about this house saying another circus house. Well, that's how Dr. Oddfellow started. That's how Jack the Clown started, because both of their origin stories are inside of this house. I thought it was great, and I think it's just going to continue to get better, and I just loved every second of that house. It also had some great scares. I can't wait to come back to walk through Diagon Alley to see the Death Eaters in action. I did get to see a clip, and they looked great. I did really enjoy the addition of the Peacock Halloween Horror Bar, and then over in Hollywood, they will also have this over there as well. I'm now walking through Shipyard 32. I was expecting a little bit more from the scare zone. I will say this was my least favorite scare zone on the list. Nothing was really happening with this scene right here. But again, I'm hoping to come back and possibly this scare zone will be a little bit better. I also feel like this zone needs more scare actors as well. Right behind me is Chucky Ultimate Kill Count. I did think this house was fun. I will say on opening night, it was kind of hard to understand the story inside of this house, but over the weekend, myself and Bianca, we actually started to watch the Chucky series on Sci-Fi, and it's now being streamed on Peacock, and I felt like I was able to understand this house a lot better because I went back and I rewatched my video, and it just made a lot of sense. And there's a character on the show that's named Devin. I thought that was cool. Let me quickly sum it up for you. Basically, Universal made this fake Chucky haunted house with puppets and scare actors, but nobody's really being killed. However, the real Chucky found out about this haunted house here at Universal, and the real Chucky came to this haunted house and started killing everybody in this house. And that's what happens at the end of this house. And now that I understand everything, I think this house did move up a little bit more on my list. I also thought this addition here throughout Sting Alley was great as well. That's completely themed to The Last of Us. Also here at Mel's Dine-In, I can't wait to come back to have the peanut butter burger in full size because I thought this was the best thing at the Taste of Terror event. Here at Midway Delights, I still can't believe I really enjoyed this Dr. Oddfellow's Carnival dog. It's a red hot dog in a confetti hot dog bun, Kool-Aid pickles, bubblegum mustard, and potato sticks for $10.49. I'll be getting this again. This is the Exorcist Believer queue line. If you watched my opening night video, you will know this was my favorite house out of all 10 houses. This was absolutely terrifying. This had one of the best scares I've ever had in my life here at Halloween Horror Nights. It was just so much fun. It was very, very scary. It was also a long house, had some crazy scents throughout the house as well. I personally think this was the smartest marketing strategy ever by Universal because it's basically you're walking through the trailer for this movie, and the movie is not even out just yet. It comes out on October 6th, I believe. I got to try this cheddar jalapeno Hellfire Club food item from Stellar Bar at the event as well. It was pretty good. Right behind me here is the house entrance to Stranger Things 4. I did really enjoy that house just because of how immersed I felt in Stranger Things 4 with Vecna and that battle between 11 and 1 in the lab. I thought that was great. However, I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more from this house. Not saying it was bad because I did rank it number 3 out of the 10 houses from opening night. However, I was wanting more of the characters because, yeah, we got to see a good handful of the characters from Stranger Things, but we did not see all of them. I really wanted to see the Russian prison scene with Hopper and Yuri facing the Demogorgon. I thought that would have been a great scene. Maybe they'll have it out in Hollywood, but we'll see. I thought it was a good house. I was expecting a little bit more. I wanted it to be longer because I did feel like this was the shortest Stranger Things house out of all of the Stranger Things houses here at any of the Universal events, but overall, it was pretty good. Let's talk about Dueling Dragons and Yeti Campground Kills. Let's start with Dueling Dragons. Originally, when I went through, I thought it was awesome just because as a theme park enthusiast, I remember how Islands of Adventure was before Harry Potter and before Hagrid's, and Dueling Dragons was one of my favorite coasters ever just because you got to race each other. And Dueling Dragons, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10 just because of the nostalgia from it. It felt like I was walking through the queue line, and then you got to see the giant dragons at the end. I wanted to see more dragons because I felt like the whole house was just the warlocks facing each other. And then I really liked how at the end you got to choose your fate. You can either go ice or you can go fire. I went ice. I thought it was great. You know, I really did like Dueling Dragons. Again, I know I sound like a broken record here. I wanted a little bit more. Like, I wanted more dragons, I wanted more duels, and I just felt like the entire house was the warlocks facing each other. But I mean, the set design was fantastic, the costume design was fantastic. I would rate this number 7 out of the 10. In regards to Yeti Campground Kills, I thought there really wasn't anything wrong with that house. I thought the set design was perfect. The costumes were great because you just have Yetis jumping out at you. I thought the story was great as well because it was the whole family of Yetis coming after you. However, it was just fun. Wasn't scary, it was fun, and that's why it's number 8 out of the 10 houses. I'm now walking through Vamp 69 Summer of Blood. This was another really good scare zone this year. It's not better than Dark Zodiac, that's my number 1, but this scare zone would be number 2. I did think they could have made more use out of this stage because nothing really happens on this stage other than a few kills, but nothing big like I thought it would be. So maybe Universal will change that in the future, but I thought the scare actors were great. The design of the scare zone is great. It was a lot of fun. Let's have a quick walkthrough of the new Halloween tribute store. I'm not going to go into full detail because I just feel like that's really not needed, but I will show you everything that you need to know. I do want to mention, I really hope Universal will sell this Halloween Horror Nights board game because, I mean, check it out. It's fantastic. And here we are. The theme of this tribute store is a comic book shop. This is McPherson's Collectibles, Cards and Comics. I see Earl the Squirrel up there. Here's some Universal Monsters collectibles and toys. I see Kong because this was where Kong used to be here inside of the park. Like I was saying about Universal should sell that board game, they do sell this comic book, which is awesome. I know a lot of people have been buying these up, but anytime you walk through a tribute store, you do want to take your time to look at everything. I'm not going to do that today because Universal will put some Easter eggs throughout the tribute store and give us some hints at what's to come for the next tribute stores. Terrifying new issue available now as we are entering the comic book here. This is the very first room. This is the first chapter. Good evening. Welcome to tonight's first tale of terror. This is Hollow Hills Cemetery. Ooh. And if you pay attention as you're walking around the store here, you should read the different stories around the room because it all ties together into one comic book as we are walking through it now. Okay, I am now entering the next chapter. Here we are. Welcome to the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. Oh, wow. I like the black and white. Whoa. This is awesome. Oh, no way, look at the rain. What the heck? Holy cow, this is awesome. I really like this room. Oh my goodness, there's Finnegan's. That's awesome. That's a nice touch. Again, if you have some time as you're walking through, be sure you pay attention and read the different comics throughout the rooms. Hey, look at this. The Dead Coconut Drive-In Theater. Revenge of the Red Planet 3D. Whoa, there's stuff happening on the floor here as it's raining. Oh, that's cool. We have a Motomatic available for $8. Looks like this is the bride. What's in here? Oh, that's the creature. Okay. I do like this Hellfire Club shirt, and then I also like this jean jacket. That's the front with the logo, and then look at the back here, Hellfire Club, and then the Stranger Things logo on the hood. This looks like the street right outside of the tribute store here in New York. These are the comic books that you could have purchased. This is where Universal would put them, and then you can take them home. And here we are in the next room. Oh, we're inside a diner here. Look at this sweet bike. Oh my goodness. Look at this huge Chucky backpack. Here's what they got. That's a cool Bat Slayer cake jar. Hellfire cupcake. We have a Chucky whoopie pie. Another Chucky cake. Chucky s'more. We have some cookies down here. Oh, look at this little boo cookie. That's adorable. Ew, a bloody brain cheesecake? Now that's interesting. And then you have a coffin brownie. There's a jukebox in this room. Oh boy, he did not have a good day. There's another Motomatic in here. This is the Mummy. It's time to pay up here at Jim's Diner. Oh, that is super cool. Again, be sure to pay attention to the story that is being told here inside of this tribute store. And now it's time to enter the final room. Welcome, my friends, to the Whitechapel district of London. The year is 1888, and I have a fiend I would like to introduce you to. He's scary looking. And then this is the final room, like I mentioned. This is where the cash registers are. Yeah, this is an awesome tribute store this year. Great job, Universal Creative. Great job. The exit is through the loading dock as we are leaving the comic book, and we are now entering the real world again. There's the difference. And as you see, we are entering into Vamp 69, Summer of Blood. They have a coin machine here that you can collect. There's Vecna, Hellfire Club, Chucky, and Little Boo. Again, you always want to pay attention to this ending scene because Universal likes to leave Easter eggs to give us clues to what's to come next. There's the main character again. Very spooky. Is there anything down here on these newspapers? Any clues? I really enjoyed this year's Halloween tribute store. I can tell a lot of thought and work went into that store. I'm glad it's back in the original location. We still don't know if the Epic Universe Preview Center is coming here or not. It was rumored to be coming, but now that the Halloween tribute store is back, we don't know. I'm going to start making my way out of the park, but I wanted to mention I will be coming back to do a dedicated food video here at Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. So again, stay tuned. We have a lot of videos coming your way very soon. Passing by VillainCon Minion Blast right now and only has a 15-minute standby wait. And across the street here at Minion Mayhem, only a 20-minute wait. Looks like the crowds are finally starting to slow down. I'm now right in front of the house entrance to Blood Moon Dark Offering. I think going into this house, I just thought it was going to be completely different because, you know, when you have sacrifices happening and witch cults happening, I don't know, I just thought of something different. Not saying it was a bad house, because this year there was not a bad house. I think this is a very strong year for Halloween Horror Nights. I already think this year is in the top 3 as far as best HHN events ever. So that's how incredible this year is. I just thought this was going to be a different house. It had really good set designs, but I just felt like it was the same characters, same costumes kind of everywhere, so that's why it's number 9 on my list. Look at this Surfer Boy pizza shirt, and then there's a hat, and then you have some pizza gummies. We have a brand new Minions Halloween popcorn bucket for $29.99. Your first fill is free with popcorn. That's neat. We have Bob. He's ready to go trick-or-treating. I'm passing by the main Universal Studios store here in City Walk, and check out this awesome Vecna display that they have out. That's awesome. But now I'm going to walk over here to this escalator to go up to the 2nd level. Okay, I am now walking through City Walk. Right there you have the main Universal Studios store. There's Red Oven and the Cowfish, and then over this way you have Cinnabon, the Universal Cinemark movie theater, and then right behind me you have the Red Coconut Club, which has been transformed for the Halloween season into Revenge of the Dead Coconut Club in 3D. Check out this truck that's parked right in front of the Dead Coconut Club. It's the Invisible Man. There he is. This is awesome. I am so happy that Universal continues to go with these pop-up bars here at the Red Coconut Club. This one's my favorite for the Halloween season. I like these banners of some of the Universal monsters wearing their 3D glasses. Here's some more banners. There's the Bride, and then we have the creature from the Black Lagoon. Who is that? That's not Dracula, is it? Well, right now the Dead Coconut Club is closed. It's only open on select nights through November 4th from 4 p.m. until 1 a.m. I do know here inside of the Dead Coconut Club, the special Universal Monsters Entertainment will stop around 9 p.m. and then it will switch over to club music, something to keep in mind. However, it's not open right now. I'm going to have to come back to experience Revenge of the Dead Coconut Club in 3D. Stay tuned. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my recap on opening weekend from HHN 32. It is a very strong year and I cannot wait to come back and do it all over again, try the food. And if you have been debating if you should come to Halloween Horror Nights this year or any year, this is the year to come because the houses are so good, the food is so good, and it's just a vibe being inside of Universal Studios Florida during Halloween Horror Nights. I wanted to tell you guys my house rankings from opening night, and again, these will probably change throughout the course of the event, but based on opening night, here are my full rankings of the houses and scare zones. At number 10, I'm going to say Chucky, but like I said, I think when I go back through that house again, it will move up on the list. Number 9, Blood Moon Dark Offering. Number 8, Yeti Campground Kills. Number 7, Dueling Dragons. Number 6, Darkest Deal. Number 5, Dr. Oddfellows. Number 4, The Last of Us. Number 3, Stranger Things 4. Number 2, Universal Monsters Unmasked. And number 1, The Exorcist Believer. As far as the scare zones, number 5, I'm going to go with Shipyard 32. Number 4, Dr. Oddfellow. Number 3, Jungle of Doom. Number 2, Vamp 69, Summer of Blood. And number 1, Dark Zodiac. I loved Dark Zodiac. But that's all that I have for you guys in this video. Now I have to go home, pack, because we have a big trip coming up for more Halloween fun. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel in so many different ways. I love you guys so much. Please remember, it's nice to be nice on YouTube. I'll see you in the next video. Prince Charming.